Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Become a member as well. Something about wraithx.eth domain name. This is not financial advice. So there's a couple things going on. Many people are saying this morning, when exchanges. And this is true for both of the both Essence and the OMI token. Essence for Earth 2 we'll talk about. We were talking about having exchanges last year for Earth 2, and why didn't that come to fruition? It was supposed to come out Q2, Q3 last year. Why didn't it? Well, in Q1 of last year, Russia decided to invade Ukraine, and that put a stopper. Like, remember in Harry Potter, I think the first one, Snape is talking about, we could have you put a stopper in death. That put a stopper in exchanges. Why? Because you don't want to list in a bear market. That's why I'm fairly patient. When Reese had mentioned like 2 years ago, yeah, in 2022 we'll have 3 to 4 new exchanges. And why didn't we? Because of the bear market, in conjunction with a couple of other things, and I'll go over those as well. And a lot of people are mentioning Binance specifically as if all of the other exchanges just don't exist. Coinbase, KuCoin, Kraken, Crypto.com. Anyway, we do have a couple of things to go over. One of the things that I would like to go over, Binance. Why Binance for Essence? Why not other things first? I'm not saying that there won't be other things as well, but because Earth 2 had hired one of the people that used to work at Binance, it makes sense that that's our in over there. It makes sense that, oh, hey, not only are we going to be listed as a just random crypto or even a utility token, the Earth 2 Essence token will be listed as a metaverse token. And because of what you see as far as Telegram users, Discord members, and active wallets, like they are well above Decentraland. And I would even argue above over Sandbox as well. Now, let's just say for right now, it is, they're about the same. They're number 43 and 44, $1.4 billion market cap for Decentraland, $1.5 billion market cap for, $1.4 million market cap for Decentraland, 1.5 for Sandbox. And let's just say, again, playing these dominoes out, that we have $1 billion in circulating supply for Essence. We don't. It's a couple $100 million right now, but let's say it is $1 billion, and we surpass them in this potential start of the next bull market. But a lot of people still think we're in the bear market. If we match them right now, that's $1.50, because again, we're ahead of them. If we go and we have only 500 million in the circulating supply, well, that's $3 per Essence. And again, this is in either the beginnings of the bull market or the ends of the bear market. There's still a lot of room to grow. These were almost 10 billion in market cap each. So I think 10 billion is very, very easy. And again, that was the last one. We are ahead, and we're not just going to go where we were the last one. We're obviously going to go up and surpass that. Now, who's a lot of the people that are going to buy some of these metaverse tokens? If you take a look at some of the Paul Barron clients, he had listed OMI as a metaverse token already. I believe that you have a lot of rich people in the world, especially over in Asia, especially over in the desert part of the world, like UAE, like the United Arab Emirates, like Dubai, like Kuwait. Kuwait has a ton of princes, has a ton of royalty people that are insanely rich. I actually believe that it is quite possible for a couple of families to be worth several $100 billion, if not $1 trillion. So yeah, there's a lot of ways that this could go. I will move on to other Veve stuff in a minute, but right now we just have to talk about exchanges a little bit more, because a lot of prominent people have been talking about it. Dr. Profit saying, I think that's what's going to happen. Once Veveverse launches, OMI will be a massive metaverse token. Jeremy Pador is saying, why wait? What is the logic? Bitcoin and Ethereum were on major exchanges well before utility was apparent. Systems and utility was built around the currency. And Dr. Profit says, I wasn't trying to debate if OMI first needs utility. I was trying to say that OMI will be recognized as a metaverse token. Also, I think listings should happen first half of this year. We have about 4.5 months, 4 3/4 months, before that is done with. So we're already in the second month of the year. We are still in the first half of the first quarter, but yeah, years are short. 12 months is not a long time. So if Dr. Profit thinks that we can be on a listing, he didn't specify which one. He just said list a listing should happen first half of this year. Again, that could be KuCoin, that could be Kraken, that could be Crypto.com. I am not going to speculate on which one he thinks it is. Could be Binance as well. Again, as a lot of people are speculating, we're not 100% sure. But Jeremy Powder was saying it's a sprint, in my opinion. Imagine a 100-meter dash where some entrants don't jump out of the block quickly because they're trying to conserve energy for a strong finish. It's not a perfect analogy because 100 meters has a definitive end. Adoption is happening before utility, in my opinion. And also, if we do that same comparison from OMI token to Sand or Mana, I mean, look, Sandbox was up about 24%, leading the Metaverse token rally. And when you take a look at OMI and Veve and all of the users, I mean, we're several times larger than Sandbox, and Mana put together. So let's say it's a 10x from that. That's a $10 billion market cap that OMI should probably be at, and or let's just say 15 billion because it's about 1.5. I mean that's a 5-cent token right there, and that's really without a ton of exchanges. So and a ton of utility, and being a Metaverse token, I 100% think we get 10 cents at some point in this next bull market that we are about to see. So Jeremy Powder lists or posts on his own tweet, on his own page, saying list OMI on a major exchange, period, just a statement. And then we have a couple of people like David Goldstein saying praying, who's also invested in the token. We know that Akil Patterson has, I think, 3 tokens that he only invests in. He invests in Immutable X, Ethereum, and OMI. And Jeremy Powder was saying there's a misalignment in my opinion. It's not logical to me that OMI is not listed on a major exchange because it currently lacks utility. When something isn't logical, there is usually an unspoken but logical reason that aligns with interests that don't align with my own as a holder. And as someone I don't know how rude some people can be. It's like, oh, you want it so you can get exit liquidity? So Jeremy Powder has to go and answer saying, when did you invest in anything without a little self-interest? And he will give us a fact saying that he has still, to this day, never sold a single OMI token. We have another user saying, can I ask why you would do that in a bear market? Why not wait until the tide turns and get a lot more momentum? It's easier to buy OMI on Coinbase Wallet, so I'm not sure why it's so important to list now. It is. You can buy OMI on Coinbase Wallet fairly easily. Jeremy Powder was saying, because this is a sprint and not a marathon, it's a sprint to adoption, in my opinion. We have somebody else comment that I think they wanted to gain clarity around securities issues, especially dealing with so many intellectual properties and not needing the cash because of sales. It's safer to wait than put out any contracts in jeopardy. Utility skirts those problems. Jeremy Powder was saying the OMI token listed years ago. How does listing on a major exchange expose a company to licensing risk or securities risk in light of already being listed on more obscure exchanges? I'm asking earnestly, what's the logic? And I agree with that. There's in my opinion, there's no reason for that. I will say one of the issues that some people have brought up is the fact that a Comey may or may not want to wait until the lawsuit settles with a he who shall not be named. And if that's one of the reasons, cool. If not, no big deal. We did have somebody trying to spread a little bit of misinformation saying CB/Binance has very strict rule when it comes to tokens that are tangled in any kind of legal battle. But again, where is XRP listed? The above is a personal legal matter. And they were talking about between Mr. Hatebel and he who shall not be named, and zero to do with the token. So again, when you have people trying to spread misinformation, it is always good to try to address that and give the correct information. So I've given a little bit of predictions for the token. I've given, when do we get exchanges? Like I said, Dr. Prophet says one exchange probably in the first half of the year. Comment down below what you think that is. In other news, Veve had an update yesterday. If you did not know, go down to the Google Play Store or the Apple iOS Store and go and update the app. What is a decent update that we have? I don't know if it's decent or not. Something that somebody had mentioned to me was not to their liking, and I kind of agree. I mentioned it in Spaces yesterday. Alex was there. Hopefully he heard. Hopefully he's taking it to the team. If not, this is something that I don't necessarily like. What you see here is a new update, and you see artworks there for those of you that are not watching and just listening. So you have your collectibles, you have your comics, you have your full sets, and everything's gravy, but then it shows artworks, and it has a big fat 0 there. And I don't like seeing 0, and to me, I want things to be as far away from 0 as possible. That being said, for artworks, that is for the 1%. That is for people that are in upper middle class and above that can afford thousands or tens of thousands on one specific thing. That to me is just a big reminder that, oh, hey, most people are not going to get this, and I don't have any, and it's a big zero. And if I wanted one, just to get that feel-good serotonin chemical in my brain, I'd have to spend thousands of dollars on a specific artwork that I might not necessarily want, because the cheaper ones are things that maybe people don't want, and the stuff that you do want is hella expensive. I think that there should be an option where we can go and take that down, because that's something that is not a big a big incentive to open the app and constantly be reminded of that. But again, that's just my opinion. Comment down below what you think. Anyway, that's it for me. Please comment, like, oh no, I'm sorry. One more thing. We are currently in February, or maybe 2 or 3 more things. Currently in February, we have not had a physical drop for February. The last one I think was the 30th of January. That was the Aether. That was the Reality Stone, which again is more of a liquid and not natural stone. So I should probably have people correct that. Anyway, we do have the Disney earning call this afternoon. Why is that important? We also have Nintendo Direct this afternoon as well. I love that. Anyway, why is the Disney earning call important? It's important because I believe that one earnings call, whether it's today, whether it's 2 years from now, over the next 8 earnings calls, we have Disney saying that they either have the OMI token that on their balance sheet, or they have a piece of Veve. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that they are not going to overpay for a small amount of what Veve is worth just to have that in there. Why? Because they can smell which way the wind is blowing. They can go and say, and they want just a little bit of influence. They want to say, oh yeah, you're going to be huge. One, it's an investment, which is obviously, look at how much they've grown already just in 2 years. But 2, it's so they could just try to have a little influence. And let's say, Veve's worth $2 billion. So let's break that down. What would 1% of that be? Okay, well, 10% would be 200 million. So 1% would be 20 million. If Disney goes and say, we'll give you 40 million for 1%, I feel like Veve would be like, okay, we could do that, because it's not any type of controlling interest, but it is something that I believe, at least Disney now, their relationship will become a little bit more intimate than it already is. It's very intimate already. But again, I believe that will happen over either this, maybe not this one, maybe not the next one, maybe not even this year, but at some point you do see something like that from Disney. They're very smart. They're not dumb. And the last thing is, because we are in February now, I believe we get a Marvel Mighty set in a week or 2 for Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man 3 is coming out on the 17th. We do have Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. I don't believe we're going to get anything for that. We already have a Winnie the Pooh thing. I would love if we can get some for Cocaine Bear. That'd be dope. Anyway, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, meow.